Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Yes, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so did you completed your practicals? Yes, louder. Yes. Okay. How about online? Online, did you completed your practicals? Very good. All right. So today, I told that we'll talk about identity center, but let's keep that aside. It's a very tiny topic, very small. That let's enter into EC2. Okay. So when we have some time, let's 15 minutes time, though I'll just cover that. It's not. Let's go with the next important and heavy topic, which is EC2. Okay. So all right. So let me share my screen first. And can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay. Okay. So EC2, what is the full form of EC2? Elastic. EC2 meaning Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. So Nana, please keep this in mind. Please keep this in mind. EC2 is a very, 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 very important topic. Very important topic. Okay. Can you close that door? Thank you. Okay, so EC2 is a very important topic, Nana. Okay. And if you don't know EC2, you cannot be called as AWS engineer. You cannot be called as a AWS engineer for sure. So EC2 is must and should, and it's very important to go and learn in and out about this service. So this EC2 will be going very, very, very deep. Very deep will go it, and because it's a big service and heavy service as well. But I'll keep it simple and I'll inject this in your brains too. Don't worry. You no need to get afraid and scared. Oh my God, EC2 big topic. No, I'm there. No, right? I'll inject in your brains. Don't worry. Okay, so what is the full form of EC2? As you said, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is also a certification question. So sometimes they'll give like this Elastic Cloud Compute, Cloud Computing, Compute Cloud like this. So do not get confused. It is Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is the definition of EC2? Remember that single line answer I have given. Yes. So EC2, Nana, everything in AWS is a service or not? Everything in AWS is a service. IAM is a service. EC2 is a service. What service? Web service. What service? Web service. Web service. So EC2 is a web service from AWS. What do we do in EC2? Where we go and create virtual machines, or in another words, we call it as servers, or call it as instances. What instances? EC2 instances. So can we write like that? EC2 is a web service from AWS that provides, see here, that provides resizable compute services from cloud. What is the word that I have used here? Resizable. What is resizable meaning? Resizable meaning what? Increase, decrease. How much ever you want decrease, how much you don't want, you decrease. So what is this increase, decrease are called? Very good. So if you want 20 machines, can you increase it? What is that called? Scale out. If you don't want, decrease it, scale in. And if you want, can you increase the capacity of the server? Can you decrease the capacity of the server? Scale up, scale down, scale out, scale in. Elasticity, scalability. This is called resizable. However you want, basically you can go and do the resizable thing. How many you want, you can go and launch. How many you want, you go and delete it. How many you want, you increase the capacity. If you don't want, decrease the capacity. That's why EC2 is called resizable. What is it, Nana? Resizable. That is, EC2 is a web service from AWS that provides resizable compute services in the cloud. Resizable. So what is the meaning of resizable? Resizable. Now, resizable meaning, can I say scale up, scale down, and also scale out, scale in. So what is scale up and scale down called? Scalability. And this guy is called elasticity. Got it? Okay. See here. IAM is global or regional? Global. EC2 is regional or global? Did I told you this already? So EC2 is regional. Because why it is called regional? Because whenever you launch one EC2 instance in Mumbai region, it will be there in Mumbai region only. Will it be available in another region at the same time? No. So EC2 instance, if you launch in one region, it will be in that region only. So EC2 is regional. Certification question. EC2 is regional. What are the servers called here? EC2 instances. And what do we do with the EC2 instance? Can we go and launch EC2 instance, Nana? When it launch, it will be in which state? Running state or not? Can you go and stop the EC2 instance? Can you go and start the EC2 instance? Can you go and reboot the EC2 instance? Can you go and terminate the EC2 instance? Yes or no? If you launch one EC2 instance, launching is nothing but you are starting the EC2 instance. So, and then when you launch the EC2 instance, what is the state? Running. Can you stop the EC2 instance? Can you start the EC2 instance? Can you reboot the EC2 instance? Can you terminate the EC2 instance? What is the meaning of terminate? Kill, destroy, delete it completely. Okay, now I'll give one example here. You have that fan running. Fan. Huh? So this fan is running. If I switch off, can I switch off the fan? Can I switch on the fan? Can I remove the fan? Up to me. If you switch off the fan, will you get the current bill? Yes or no? No. If you switch on the fan, you will get the bill. If you remove the fan, do you get the bill? Similarly, here also in EC2, when you start the EC2 instance, when it is in running state, billa, no billa? Bill. When it is stop, no bill. No bill. When you terminate, no bill. You understand? You getting it? So this pricing is like your electricity. How much ever you have used, you need to pay for that. So this model, we call it as pay as you go. What's that? Pay as you go. Pay as you go meaning what? How much ever you have used, you need to pay for that time. So how much time we have used our fan or AC, you need to pay for that. So if you have used for 4 hours, pay for 4 hours. If you don't use it, don't pay it. Simple as it. So the model that we follow here is what model, Nana? Pay as you go. So pricing that we call here, pay as you go. And you need to pay every hour, yes or no? So AWS will charge, Nana, how much hour? Every hour AWS will charge. Okay, I'll give you one scenario, certification question. Think and answer. Think and answer. Okay. Nana, I went and launched one EC2 instance and I used it for only 5 minutes and then I terminated it. Again, I have launched an EC2 instance. I have used for only 10 minutes and then I have terminated it. Tell me how much time that AWS will charge for this. That's why I said, think and answer. The first thing that you get in your mind will be the wrong answer all the time. Bolo? One. Huh? So there are so many. Some people say something, some people has mixed feelings. Huh? Some people say, your wish, sir, how much time you take your time? Okay, so what is your answers? Someone is saying 1 hour, someone is saying 15 minutes, someone is saying 10 minutes, someone is saying no charge, someone said 2 hours. Who? 2 hours. Okay, so the right answer is the right answer is 2 hours. How much? Let me give an example. Do you have a habit of going to internet cafe? Why you're laughing? Okay, so you go to the internet cafe, no? So you go to the internet cafe, and then how much is per hour? How much is per hour? 20 rupees. Okay, per hour it is 20 rupees. And you went and used only for 10 minutes. Will you come back and say that I use only 10 minutes, I'll pay 10 rupees? No, right? The hourly charges are fixed. The hourly charges are fixed. Yes or no? So whether you use it complete hour or not, you need to pay 20 rupees. If you use for 10 minutes also, 20 rupees. If you use for 5 minutes also, 10 rupees. If you just you went inside and used for only 2 minutes, pay 20 rupees. And if you have used 1 hour, 5 minutes, how much you need to pay? 40 rupees. Yes or no? Similar concept here also. AWS will charge every hour. Every hour. Hour meaning hour. Every hour. Okay. Whether you use it for 5 minutes also, 10 minutes also, 15 minutes also, 50 minutes also, or 59 minutes also, you need to pay for only 1 hour. And if you have used 1 hour, 1 minute, 2 hours you need to pay. So here, how much is the bill? How many hours? 2 hours is the bill. So that's why I said AWS will charge every hour. Every hour. Now that is a certification question. Okay. So AWS will charge 2 hours bill. So in certification, he don't ask directly. He'll put some masala and ask, like how I'm asking, like you went to internet cafe and you use for this much money, and then so he'll give that kind of scenarios based. Okay, but don't worry. We have 1 year free tier, no? Our account has 1 year free tier. So we have 750 hours are free for EC2 instances. How many hours are free, Nana? 750 hours are free. So that meaning, if let's say, for example, you went and launched a EC2 instance, you used for 3 hours. Billable or no bill? No bill, because how many hours are free for hours? 750 hours per month. Per month. Generally, per month, how many hours will be there? Sir, if I know that, why I'm sitting here? Huh? 720 hours will be there. But 720 hours will be there, sir. But why AWS is giving 750 hours? Yes. So, Nana, one EC2 instance is equal to 750 hours? No. All EC2 instances that you have launched, let's say if you are using 5 EC2 instances and you have used for 1 hour, how many hours AWS will charge for this? 5 hours. You understand? So it is not only for one EC2 instance 750 hours, it is for all EC2 instance. How many hours that you are using, those many hours they will So 750 hours will be get detected inside it. But do not worry, no one till now have used 750 hours. You tell me, will you do the practice for these many hours? No. You might be launching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 maximum EC2 instances, and you'll be using for 1 hour, 2 hour maximum, 20 hours. So you no need to worry about the bill here because we have how many hours are free? 750 hours are free for us. Okay, Nana? So this is also a certification question. In our free tier, how many hours are free? 750 hours per year or per month. Free. We like this word. Huh? Free. Okay. Let me give one more small example, funny example. Let's say, do you have a habit of eating pani puri? Golgappa? Yes or no? Yes or no? Louder. I'm not giving party, just louder. Huh? Okay. So we all like pani puri. So very rare and few people don't like pani because the hygiene that he used, I don't know. So where I'll keep the hands, huh? Head. Okay. So, but yeah, that's fine. If I say like this, you don't eat pani puri. Okay, now, excuse me. So how many different types of customers will be there for pani puri guy? So many or not? There's so many. I'm not asking how many customers. I'm asking different types of customer. Customers meaning obviously you have so many customers. So here, let us concentrate on different types of customers. Let me explain you the types of customers. You might have seen this. Let's say people like you and me, what we do, are bhai, so evening has happened now. Okay, today is evening. Nice climate. Okay. What we'll have, we'll get a mood of going and eating pani puri. What we do? How much is plate? 20. Okay. Put 20 rupees in your pocket. Go there and use that word, now powerful word. Girls, bhaiya. Right? So bhaiya, and then tell me. Right? So bhaiya, give me plate pani puri. What he'll do? He'll give the pani puris and you pay 20 rupees and you'll go chup chop. That's it. So if you have a demand of eating pani puri, demand is equal to nothing but mood. If you have a mood, or in other words, I call it as demand. So if you have a demand on eating pani puri, I'll go directly to him and I'll say, buy a plate pani puri, and then we'll eat and we'll pay for it and then we'll go. That's it. And we have another type of customer. What he'll do is, he'll be standing in front of him, but he don't eat. And then pani puri guy will ask, Bhaiya, come, I'll give you. No, jane do, usko hone do. Let them eat. So he'll wait, this guy will wait until everyone left that place. Did you saw these people? Right? And then once everyone left, he'll go to that guy, pani puri guy, and he'll ask. What he'll ask? Why he waited? He want to talk to pani puri guy. What he want to talk there? Thoda pyaz zyada dalo? No. Anyone? Why he has waited till last, and then he went to pani puri guy and he wanted to set something with him? What is that? No income. Someone said already here, discount. What is that? Yes or no? So what this guy will do is, Bhaiya, I'll come to you only. Every day I'll come here. See, there's one more guy, pani puri guy is there. I don't go there. I'll come to you only, here only. I'll eat daily here only. Can you make it 10 rupees? Instead of 20 rupees, can you make it 10 rupees? Because I'll come daily, no? I'll come daily. So this pani puri guy, what he'll do is, he'll say, okay, bhai, you come to me daily, no problem. I'll give 10 rupees, no problem. But how do I believe you that you will come daily to me? What will you do? Yes, that's correct. Advance. What is that? Advance. Yes or no? See, think from business point of view. right? So if you give advance to Pani Puri guy, so let's say if you're given 500 rupees or 100 rupees, doesn't matter if he come or not. Yes or no? Advance is there, must and should, he'll come and he'll eat here only, right? So it is win and win situation that this guy has got a good discount and the vendor, this Pani Puri guy also got a good money also there. Yes or no? It's a daily income. So similarly here, this is the advanced concept. Advanced concept meaning for discount. If you pay some advance to someone, he'll give a good discount for you. So Nana, for a Pani Puri guy itself has so many different types of customers. Just imagine AWS has how many different types of customers. I'm giving a small example of Pani Puri guy. He's a business guy. Pani Puri guy is also a business, correct? So he has different types of customers. That AWS is throughout the world and different types of customers will be there. Just imagine how many different types of customers will be there for AWS. For that reason, AWS came up with something called pricing models. What is that? Pricing models. So introverts will be there, like you and me, like so many people are there. They come to AWS and say, "Are AWS, you are giving this. Why not that? For that guy, you are giving 10 rupees. Why you are charging me 10, 15 rupees? So these kind of people will be there. For that reason, AWS came up with the concept called pricing models. What is that? Pricing models. Let's talk about the pricing models. Pricing models in AWS. Okay. So the first pricing model here is, now the first guy where you have a demand of eating Pani Puri, right? You go to that guy, eat Pani Puri and pay money. Yes or no? Fixed price or not? Here also we have this kind. If you want to launch EC2 instances, launch it. If you want to use it, use it. If you want to kill it, kill it. Let's say you have a demand of having 5 EC2 instances. Go and launch. And you have a demand of using for 5 hours. Go and use it. And pay for 5 hours and then go. On demand. Whenever I have a requirement, go and launch. So that model, we call it as on-demand instances. Say that, Nana. On-demand instances. On-demand instances. Say that online, guys. Put it in the chat. What is this pricing model called? On-demand instances. Now, on-demand instances meaning, can we say it is a fixed price? On-demand. Fixed price or not? Yes, it is a fixed price. So fixed price, this is hourly or not? AWS will charge every hour. So if you're using the EC2 instance for one EC2 instance for 2 hours, how many hours that AWS will charge? 2 hours. 2 EC2 instances, 2 hours, 4 hours. So every hour AWS will charge for it. And can we say that here, pay for what you have used? Yes, pay for what you have used. So you need to pay per hour. You need to pay per hour. Nana, here in on-demand, are we doing any commitments? Should we tell to AWS that, hey, AWS, I'll come to you only every day. I'll come and launch EC2, I'll use it. Are we committing here? No, if I have a requirement, I'll use it. Otherwise, I don't use it. Simple as that. So any commitment here? No commitment. Are we paying any advance here? No. Nana, instead of saying advance, it's always good to say, let's remove that word and use a password. We call it as upfront payment. What is that? Upfront payment. Upfront payment is nothing but advance only. So here we call it as upfront. But do we have any upfront payments here? No, no upfront payment. Okay. So let's say, for example, Nana, see here. Let's say, for example, I have used 2 GB RAM EC2 instance. Do I stick 2 GB RAM for two days completely? It's my wish. I can increase to 4 GB also. No. So here in on-demand, is it predictable usage or not predictable usage? Not predictable usage. So no predictable usage. However I want, I can increase, decrease. However I want to, I can do it. Now you understand on-demand instances? This is on-demand model. So if you have a requirement, like this, go and choose the model. You launch EC2 instance, how many hours that you have used, you use it and pay for it and then go. Simple as that. And now let's come to the next pricing model, which is called reserved instances. What is it, Nana? Chitty online? Reserve instance. Say that again. Louder. Reserved instances. Reserve instances is the second type guy. Do we have a commitment here? Long-term commitment. Yes or no? Short-term or long-term? Long-term commitment. Do we have advance upfront payment here? Yes. So similarly here. So here this is long-term commitment. Long-term commitment. So here I'm saying long-term commitment to AWS, correct? How many years? AWS saying, Babu, if you want to commit to me, if you want discount, you need to commit to me. And AWS saying, you commit me for 1 or 3 years. How many years? 1 or 3 years. Either you commit for 1 year or either commit for 3 years. Let's say, sir, how about 2 years? After 1 year, you renew it again, no? After 1 year, again you go and reserve the emissions. Reserve is nothing but reservation. Reserve is nothing but you're reserving the Pani Puri guy, no? Similarly, here you're reserving the emissions here. This is a certification question. How many hours? How many years? 1 or 3 years. Do we have upfront payments here? Yes, upfront payments. So you can do the full upfront payment or you can do the partial payment or partial payment. Now, okay, you did a long-term commitment to AWS and 1 year you have committed that, hey, AWS, I'll be using your EC2 instances for 1 year. And now tell me, AWS, how much discount do you give to me? Yes or no? Pani Puri guy, how much discount he gave? 20 rupees, 10 for 20 rupees, 10 rupees he has given the discount. You know, AWS, how much percentage is giving? 72%. How much? Huge or not? Yes, AWS is charging here 72% his discount is giving on hourly price. Let's say, for example, you're paying 10 rupees per hour per mission. And if you reserve that mission, 75% discount. That meaning 72 minutes, I assume 75% discount. So that means how much you need to pay? 2.5, simple. Where is 10 rupees? Where is 2.5 rupees? Huge discount, you get it. Okay. Will be there any price difference for 1 or 3 years? No, it will not be there. No, here it is predictable usage or unpredictable usage? Predictable usage. Predictable usage. Getting it? Right? If you go and read in online also, if you read in any documents or you don't understand the pricing models, I'm making you understand very well, right? So now here, do you understand the difference between on-demand and reserve instances? On-demand meaning whenever you want, go and launch and use it. Reserve instances, you are reserving that machine for 1 or 3 years, you are reserving it. Let's say you have, let's say, Nana, see, you take your laptop. You went to the vendor, HP vendor or whoever it is, and you say that, hey, I'll use your laptop for 1 hour and I'll pay for it on demand. Right? So how much big your laptop is? Let's say my laptop is 32 GB RAM. Some people have 8 GB RAM. So 8 GB RAM, let's say 500 rupees you need to pay per hour. 32 GB RAM, 1000 rupees you need to pay. Yes or no? Depend upon the capacity, you need to pay more, correct? So I'll go here to that vendor and say, hey, I want this laptop and I'll use it, give it for rent for 1 hour. I'll use it and I'll pay 500 rupees. I paid it and I return back the laptop. But whereas reserve instances meaning, I'll using the laptop for how many years? 1 year. So 1 year meaning per hour 500 rupees, it will be too much of money or not? In that case, what we need to do is, that guy is giving how much percent discount? 72% discount if you are going for 1 year reserving instances. So he will also get the money and you will also get a good discount. That is a reserve instances. So there are two types of reserve instances Nana here, which is called a standard RI, reserve RI meaning reserve instances. That meaning your normal one, which is getting 72% discount for longer workloads. You can use it. And the other guy is convertible RI. You need to sell that, Abdul. You need to sell that, not terminate. You need to sell it. Okay, so convertible RI. No, convertible RI meaning, let's say, for example, you have reserved the EC2 instance, let's say 2 GB RAM EC2 instance, you have reserved for 1 year. All of a sudden, you say that, hey, I don't want 2 GB RAM, I want to increase it to 4 GB RAM. This is a predictable usage or not here? If you're reserving, if you're reserving, let's say this laptop also is 8 GB laptop, you're reserving it for 1 year. Later, you go to the vendor and say, no, I don't want 8 GB, please give it 32 GB. Is that possible generally? No. But if you have before itself, you have this kind of thing like convertible RI. Convertible RI meaning anytime you can convert increase the capacity of the machine. Okay. So close the door, please. So here also long workloads, right? With flexible instances. And you will get 66% discount here. And keep this in mind. Let's say, for example, 1 year you have reserved it and you said, Abba, I don't want now this. You cannot cancel it. So basically here, we no need to go to this topic in deeper, but here I'm saying you can sell, you can buy and sell the reserve instances in the marketplace. What you can do, Nana? You can sell and buy the reserve instances. If at all you want, but is generally that not be the case. You can buy and sell reserve instances in our reserve instances marketplace. Okay, is this clear till here, everyone? Of course, Priyanka, correct. Nana, is this clear till here, everyone? Okay. Oh, yes. So now let's go to the next one, which is called spot instances. What is that? Spot instances. Spot instances. Say that, guys, everyone. What was the first one? On demand. Second one, reserve instances. Third one, spot. Spot instances is a little bit interesting one. Let's say, have you heard the word called bidding? Bidding, auctioning, bidding. IPL. You do the bidding or not? Okay, if you don't know that bidding concept, let me give you one example here. In many movies also you have watched this. Let's say you have a nice donkey painting. And I'll say that, hey, okay, let's take you offline people on here. So here I'm showing one donkey painting here for you. And I'll say this donkey painting base price is 5,000 rupees. Base price is, now do the bidding. Bidding in Telugu. Velampata, right? So I don't know in Hindi, but so that bidding. Okay, now tell, how much is your price? 6,000. Next, 12,000. 15,000. Online people are not bidding. Next, Azam, Priyanka 50,000. First one time, okay, sorry. Okay. Next, Azam. Okay, I need to count the number of zeros there. Okay, be realistic, man. G1 7 crores. Give me your phone number, G1. Okay, so let's say 6,000, 7,000, 15,000, 20,000, 50,000, 80,000, 1 lakh. 1 lakh for which painting? So finally, one girl come with the high heels, talk, 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 and she'll say 2 lakh rupees. And then donkey painting is taken by. So I'm just joking. So that was a joke in the movie, but that's fine. So you understand that is called bidding. What is it called? Bidding. So correct, Himanshu guessed it. So here also the same thing, Nana. Let me give a realistic example. The realistic example is like this. Let's say you are using 8 GB RAM EC2 instance. How much, Nana? You went and launched 8 GB RAM EC2 instance. Tell me, will you be always using 8 GB all the time? No, no. Sometimes you'll be using 2 GB inside it, sometimes 3, 4. Will you keep on using 8 GB completely? How much RAM is wasting? But are you paying for that or not? Yes, you're paying for it. But how much GB RAM is wasting? It's wasting. I'm not talking about one machine. Let's say if you have 10 machines, 50 machines, not only one customer, 100 customers. AWS has thousands of lakhs of customers are there for him. Correct or not? How much of infrastructure is getting wasted? You got that point. How much of infrastructure is getting wasted? Because we are not using that. Regularly, we are not using it. Every time we are not using it. So what these guys did was, the AWS founders, chairmen, or whoever it is, we have this much of infrastructure lying just like that. Why can't we use for bidding? So you come to AWS and say, hey, I want 100 GB RAM EC2 instance for 1 rupee. Can you bid it? Yes, bid it. No issues. If no one is bidding at that time, you will get that machine. 100 GB RAM EC2 instance for 1 rupee. So huge capacity, you will get it for cheaper price. Yes or no? But all of a sudden, someone bid more than you. That EC2 instance will be with you. It will jump there. It will go there. So these spot instances will be with you all the time forever. So, but what kind of things that you put in that machine? Will you put your application which is used by customer? Because that machine is not permanent for you, no? So there might be some process testing or any kind of things which you know that, okay, this is taking 1 hour time. This is taking 2 hours time. If you know the start and end time of that process, then you can use these spot machines. Applications, databases, will you go for spot? Processing, caching, testing, all this thing, will you go for spot? Yes. If the machine is lost, also no problem. And you're getting huge machine for cheaper price. How much discount you'll get, you know? 90% discount you'll get. How much? 90% in spot. This is the best cost-effective pricing model in AWS. But based on requirement, you just go and use the spot. And AWS will do, Babu, this is the base price. That how did I say the donkey painting base price is 5,000. Will you bid it for 2,000? No. If you bid for 2,000, do you get the donkey painting? No. What is the base price I put? 5,000. So you need to put more than 5,000. 5,010 rupees, 5,020 rupees. Like this, you need to increase it. That is called bidding. So what is the bidding concept mentions here? Spot instances. Nana, in certification questions, in certification on interview, anything which is related to bidding, if you get it, what is that about? Spot instances. Only for EC2, Harsha. Auctioning. So you will get a huge capacity for cheaper price. So Harsha, this is not maximum 90%. This is for EC2 only. But if we have like RDS, in RDS we have DB instance type. Remember DB instance we call, no. There also the machine only, no. There also you can go and not databases will use spot. No, but you can reserve that. So this pricing models is across AWS, not only for EC2. And how much percent discount you get here? 90% discount. Can lose EC2 instances? Can lose EC2, can lose instances. So if you get any question, which is the most cost-effective pricing model, then which one you say? Yes, most cost-effective instances in AWS. That duration we can set it, Gaurav. Nana, is this clear? 3 models slowly. Okay. Okay. The next model that we talk about here is dedicated hosts. What is that? Louder. Because I need to inject no. So you need to reply. So what is that? Dedicated host. What is that? Host. Dedicated host. The name clearly says dedicated host. Remember host machines? Who is handling host machines? AWS. Fantastic. Who is handling host machines? AWS. Let's say, for example, this is one host machine. Okay. Now, do we have only one host machine or multiple host machines in AWS? Oh, so many will be there. This is the host machine. You will get it. That's how Sunil, that's how AWS will do it. For everyone, you will get it. This is host machine. This is host machine. Okay. So now, what is there on the bottom? Hardware. Here we have hardware. On top of it, this is host machines. Hypervisor. So here we have hardware. On top of it, we have hypervisor. On top of it, what we have? Virtual machines here we called as what? Instances. What instances? What we do, we go and launch the EC2 instances here. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, now we have like this. Let's take 2 names here. Arif. So let's say, for example, Arif is there. So now Arif went and launched the EC2 instance. Where does it go and sit? Does it go and sit over here or not? Arif went and launched the EC2 instance. It will go and sit here. Yes or no? Yes. It will go and sit here. There is one more customer. Who is that guy? Whenever he said Nadim, I used to remember that that guy where he put the phone in front of his face and say, "Mummy, huh? DMart kochina." Okay, so okay, Nadim also launched an EC2 instance. Okay, whenever he launched the EC2 instance, the same is the EC2 instance will go and sit over here or not? Yes. See here. Okay, it'll go and sit over here. Okay, see here. Arif is different customer. Nadim is also a different customer, but they are sharing the same tenancy or not? Tenancy meaning the platform. So the tenancy here is shared or dedicated? Tenancy is what, Nana? Shared. Tenancy is shared. Tenancy is shared. That meaning, in one host machine, you'll have so many EC2 instances from different customers. These 2 EC2 instances will talk to each other? No, because there are 2 different customers. But do we need to worry about it? No. Who will take care of that? AWS will take care of it. But I'm just going a little bit deeper inside it. Okay. So this tenancy is shared or dedicated? Shared. Now, there is one more guy. Give me one more name. Kohli will not come here. Babu. Babu we take. Okay. I don't know who is Babu. So Huh? See here, guys. So let's say this guy has launched EC2 instance, but this guy doesn't want to share the platform tenancy. He want to have a dedicated host. You want to have a dedicated host. You're getting it, right? So the host machine cannot be shared to everyone. So there are few customers, there might be few customers saying that, Are Babu, I don't want to share my host machine in the backend to any customer because I'm very confidential, very sensitive information will be there, like governments, like NASA, ISRO, very big companies, right? They don't want to share the tenancy. Do you know ISRO is also using AWS? Yes. Right? NASA is also using AWS. Everyone, right? Big companies are using. So now this Babu went and launched EC2 instance. This is going to sit over here. So this is separately dedicated for Babu. So what is this tenancy here? Tenancy is shared or dedicated? Tenancy meaning dedicated. So if you want to have one more example, how many people are there in your room, in your hostel room, in Amirpet hostel room? 6. So that room is shared or dedicated? And price is higher or lower? Now you took an independent flat which is dedicated for you. Which one is costlier? The dedicated one is costlier. Here also the tenancy which is shared is cheaper and tenancy which is dedicated is more cost. So here, do you understand the dedicated host? If anyone wants to book the entire physical machine, if someone wants to book the entire physical machine, that is called dedicated host. Okay. So, and also, okay, let's say ISRO, big companies, they will rent or they will purchase this host machine, only one machine. No, they'll be having multiple. Let's say, for example, I have 5 machines, host machines I have dedicated. I have 5 dedicated host machines now. Now I go and launch an EC2 instance. No, it is my wish, no, whether I want to put my EC2 instance in first one, second one, third, fourth. Yes or no? Yes or no? So first 5 machines, I'll put it in first host machine. Next 10, I'll put it in fifth. Next 40 machines, I'll put it in second one. So can I control the placement of my instances? Yes, that is a dedicated host concept. So here, book entire physical machine. You have control instance placements. Nana, do you have the control on the instance placements? Yes. Okay. And next we have something called here dedicated instances. What is that? Dedicated. The before one was what? Dedicated host. This one is dedicated instances. Nana, in the previous one, we are talking about the complete host machine, but this time we are talking about only instances. AWS will take care of the bottom one, platform, tenancy. AWS will say, Are Babu, go with dedicated instances. Your instances will be dedicated machine only, but you cannot control the placements of EC2 instances. Can we control the placements? My EC2 instance should be only on one machine, this machine? No. Who will take care of that? AWS. But if you want the control, if you want to control the placement of EC2 instances, which model you need to go? Dedicated host. But if you go for dedicated instances, it is dedicated only. But can you control the placements? No. Okay, that is called dedicated instances. So no other customer will share your hardware. No control on instance placements. Karina, is it clear till here, everyone? Getting it? Online, is it CC till here? Super. Ah. Ah. So this you're talking, if we understand your question properly. No. It is, that's model only. On demand is separate model. Reserve is separate model. Dedicated host separate model. ये इसके नीचे नहीं आएगा. Right. Generally, in on-demand instances, tenancy will be shared. On-demand instances, my tenancy will be shared. That is a common behavior. By default, tenancy is shared. Remember, Nana, by default, tenancy is shared. But if at all you want to have a dedicated one, then which pricing model you should go? Dedicated host. By default, it is shared only. Okay, so the next one, we have something called here capacity reservation. What is that? So this is one is I recently encountered. No, until we face the issue, we don't know the topic, correct or not? Even I know the topic, but I thought like it's not that important to talk about this topic. But what has happened is a while ago, whenever I have some automation script where it will be launching 100 machines at the same time. In same second, 100 machines is getting launched in my account. So that is happening, but all of a sudden machines have not launched. Customer raised a notification to us saying that, hey, there is something problem, machines are not launching. When we went and checked, there is an error called out of capacity. What's an error? Out of capacity. Then I thought, AWS is giving me so many things. How come my machines are out of capacity? The meaning of out of capacity meaning here, AWS infrastructure is not sufficient, is not there for us to give the machines. AWS infrastructure is full. That's why it says whenever you're going launching the machines, it says out of capacity because I don't have. Just assume in a production environment, if you have requirement of launching 100 machines, very important, critical, and all of a sudden AWS says that out of capacity. Problem or not? In a production environment, it will be a problem. For that reason, what do we do? You can do the reservation. What reservation? Capacity reservation, you can do it. And you can, AWS will not charge for it. AWS will not charge for reservation. So you can say, Arey Babu, I need 8 GB RAM machines, 100 machines, I need it. You can go and reserve it first. AWS will reserve that capacity under your account. Does AWS will charge for it? No. Until you use it, if you start using it, AWS will charge. But just for reserving it, AWS will not charge. So you are pre-booking the machines so that in a production environment, you will not get this kind of out of capacity issues. You understand? That is called capacity reservation. So here, reserve capacity in a specific. No, we launch EC2 instance in availability zones only, no? Yes or no? So you are reserving the capacity in availability zone. So reserve capacity in specific availability zone for any duration. No time commitment. No time commitment. Yes, Rupali. Yes, you can. And similarly, like this, Nana, we have one more pricing model, which is latestly introduced, which is called savings plan. What's that? Savings plan. Savings plans are similarly like reserve instances only, but I'll write it here for you. Same as reserve instances, but it has little different strategy. It also use 1 or 3 years and commitment to the amount of usage, long workloads. Get discount based on long-term usage. It's locked to specific instance, family, and region. Flexible across instance size, OS, and tenancy. So here you have good flexible model, this one. Okay. Now it is same. These savings plans also same as reserve instances only, but it has little bit different strategy. So it also use 1 or 3 years commitment, and you will get discounts based on long-term usage. How much long-term that you are using, that much huge discount that you get. And then lock to specific instance and region. So our reserve instance is specific to capacity. But here, I have a topic coming after this, then you will get to know this topic. Okay, the concept of instance, family, and region. So flexible across instance size, OS, and tenancy. Not only Linux, not only Windows, it is across all it, and not only shared and dedicated, it is for across. It's flexible. Savings plans is flexible. Reserve instances is not that flexible. And is this clear till here, everyone? Okay, now say with me. See me? I'll hypnotize you. See. Okay, so we have different types of pricing models in AWS, correct? What are those? Number one, see me. On demand, see my eyes. On demand, reserve instances, spot instances, dedicated hosts, dedicated instances, capacity reservation, savings plan. One more time, see here, don't see that, see here. Number one, on-demand instances, reserve instances, spot instances, dedicated host, dedicated instances, capacity reservation, and savings plan. Last time, please, last time, here, see me. Now, number one, on-demand instances, reserve instances, spot instances, dedicated host, dedicated instances, capacity reservation, savings injected, right? So now, fixed price hourly, which one? On demand. Okay. And in on demand, commitment is there? No. Any predictable usage? No. But commitment predictable usage, reserve. How many years? 1 or 3 years. How much discount that you get? Bidding auctioning, which one? Which one is the most cost effective plan? Spot. How much discount that you get? You want to book an entire physical machine, dedicated host. So do you have a control on the placements? So I don't want to book the entire host machine, but I want to have dedicated instances only. So which pricing model is that? Dedicated instances. And then I'm very afraid of my production environment. I want to reserve the capacity. Capacity reservation. So savings plans is also same as reserve instances, but it has a little bit different strategy and it is flexible. Okay, now? Super. Okay, one more last question here. Out of all these models in our course, which pricing model that we use for our practicals? Which one? On demand. Reserve meaning, will you reserve for 1 year? Will you learn AWS with me for 1 year? No. So this is on demand we use. Okay. And one more, see, let's say, for example, Asif is there. Asif joined some company and his manager said, hey, I'm getting so much bill on EC2. Heavy bill on EC2. Asif, can you go and check why I'm getting this much bill on EC2. So what Asif did, Asif went and logged into the EC2 console, log into the AWS console. He went to EC2 service and he saw so many machines are running. And the first question that he has asked to his manager is, hey manager, since when you are using these machines? And he said, more than 1 year. Oh, so okay, how many years that you want to use the same machines? And he said that the project is very big and then next 3 years we'll use the same machines. So all the machines are there on demand. But what he can do? He can reserve the instances for next 1 or 3 years. Once he reserved, and let's say, for example, he's getting $10,000 in EC2 service bill. And once he reserve it, how much he'll get? 3,000 or 2,500 bill, he will get it. And now, and that entire money, what he has saved, he will get a good reward. Best employee of the year. So this is how you need to go and do this is called what, Nana? Cost optimization. What is this called? Very important. In AWS, blindly, you cannot go and launch this and that like this. So you need to take care of the cost also. Because end of the day, your manager will come and ask you, Babu, why you are getting this much bill? Go and check it. And if you want to go and check it, you need to know what to, yes or no, cut. Let's say your monthly, let's say 5,000 rupees, for example, for your enjoyment. So all of a sudden, you are in a very tight position. What will you do? Will you do the cost optimization or not? And you should know, right? Where you are spending more. You are spending more to your friend, then cut it. Then you'll get money can be saved. Recharges, cut it. Huh? Okay. So now let's move to the next important topic. So now here we call it as, for everyone we have families. EC2 also has families. EC2 also has family. What does a family has? Family members, no? Amma, Nana, Tamilamai. No, Tamil, right? Okay. So EC2 families are there. Inside the EC2 family, we have members. That members, we call it as instance type. What is that? Instance types. Let's talk about it. So let's say you guys want to go and launch an EC2 instance. Can you go and blindly chuma go and launch into EC2 instance? No, you need to have some requirement. No. Let's say you want to go and purchase your laptop. Can you go and blindly purchase the laptop? What is your requirement? RAM, specification, RAM, how much GB, hard disk that you need, what processor that you need. So, and also you guys are, your laptop, you have requirement. Let's say you want to play more games. According to that, you need to go and purchase the laptop. And you want to just use it for AWS. According to that, you want to go and purchase the laptop. And you want to do DevOps. According to that, you want to purchase a laptop. Yes or no? So based on the requirement, each and every requirement, every people have different requirements. Here also, based on that, every customer has its own requirement. So is it possible for AWS to give only one machine? No. He has different machines as. So he has classified as families. Families are nothing but categories. Families are nothing but categories. So the first category we have, I'm saying few things. General instances. What is that, Anna? General instances meaning if anyone wants to come and just launch EC2 instance, go and check in that family. General machines will be there. Go and launch it for general purpose. For general purpose. Let's say there are few customers, what they do is, hey, I want the EC2 instances, but I want to put my application inside it, but my application needs more memory. This application needs more memory or not? For these kind of people, we have memory instances. What is it, Nana? So if you need more memory for your requirement, go and see in this family. You will get the machines. And similarly, like this, memory instances, we have CPU instances. What is it, Nana? What? For more CPU. For more CPUs. And if your application wants more CPU, go and check here. And CPU instances, then you have storage instances. Storage instance for more what? For more storage, if you want, go and check in these machines, in this family. And then here you have GPU instances. GPU instances. GPU instances are rated for graphics, right? Heavy machines, huge machines for big data. If you want more and more big, huge machines, go and check in the GPU instance. Like this, you have so many families. Now, what does the family contains? Excellent. What does the family contains? Instance type. So remember, see here. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps. How many steps, sir? 7. In this 7 step, one of the step is you need to select the memory, You need to select the memory, So memory and CPU will come as a combination. Which one? Memory, CPU will come as a combination. So this here we call it as instance type. What is it now? Instance CPU plus memory. There are so many instance types are available. So many instance types are available. So many instance types. I'll write few for you. The first instance type we have, I said T2 nano. T2 is one of the family. What is that? T2 is one of the family. T3, one of the family. R, one of the family. M, one of the family. Right? G, one of the family. So is it possible for us to remember all these families? Not required. So we have so many families here, and each and every family contains their own instance types. So T2 family is there, no? In T2 family, we have instance type. What is the instance type we have? T2 nano. So T2 nano has 0.5 GB RAM plus and 1 virtual CPU. This is the configuration of T2 nano. And then after nano, what we have? T2 micro. Micro has only 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. After T2 micro, what we have? Small. Let's say 2 GB RAM, 1 CPU. After T2 small, what we'll get? Medium. Guys, like your shirts. After small, you have medium. Medium has 4 GB RAM. Let's say 2 CPUs. After medium, what you get? Large. Large has 8 GB RAM and 4 CPUs. After large, you get what? So T2 X large. After X large, double X large. Correct. 2X large. After that, similar like this. So there will be a limit till 4X large. After that, it will be T3 family. After that, T4 family. Like this, there are so many families are there, right? So Nana, out of all these instance type, which one we should be using it? Remember, very, very important. If you don't want to get the bills, and if you want to be in free tier, and whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, which is the instance type that you should always select? T2 micro. Which one? Everyone say, what is that? If I ask you, what is the instance type that we should be using it? Louder. T2 micro. So T2 micro is one of the instance type that we should be using in our entire course. If you use T2 micro, you don't get any bills. If you pusuk launch a T2 small, that's why I call it as sugar patients. So if some people will be there, what they do is they don't read. They just select and launch, and they will forget to terminate. It will keep on running. They'll come back and say that, sir, I got the bill. Why you got the bill? When I go and check T2 small or large, something else will be there. So you have to be careful here. That's what I said. If you follow me, you don't get the bills. If you don't follow me, be ready for the bills. Okay. So which is the instance type that we should be using it? T2 micro. Instance type come with a combination of CPU and memory. CPU and memory. Okay. See you guys. I'll ask the old question. Starting this question. How do you achieve elasticity in AWS? Excellent. Which one? Auto-scaling. Fantastic. Auto-scaling. And we discuss about elasticity, and next one is scalability. Elasticity can be achieved in AWS using auto-scaling. Did I told you scalability can be achieved in AWS using? Did I told you that? No, this time has come to know that. So first of all, tell me what is scalability? Scalability. Scalability meaning, can I say scale up, scale down? So Nana, this is certification question. How do you achieve scalability in AWS? Nana, what is scalability? You're increasing the capacity of the server. Yes or no? Now, let's say I have launched an EC2 instance with T2 micro. I have launched. Which one? How much is this how much is RAM? 1 GB RAM. How many CPUs? 1 GB. Now I want to increase the capacity of the server. Can I change it to T2 small? Can I increase to T2 large? Can I increase to X large? Big. Can I increase it? Can I increasing? So when I change the instance type, when I change the instance type, so that means scale up is happening or not? So how do you achieve the scalability? By changing the instance type. That is a certification. So how do you achieve the scalability in AWS? By changing the instance type from T2 micro to small karo, after small, large, or from T2 micro, can you directly go to 4x large also? Go ahead, no problem. It's just a capacity. Question here is, when you're doing this scale up, scale down, or by changing the instance type, data will be lost? Data will be lost? Answer is no. Why? This is your EC2 instance. All your data will be there in where? In what is this? This is instance. Here, volumes. What is this? All the data will be under your volumes, not on the instance. Instance is just a capacity. So all your data will contain inside the volumes. So this is the instance type. This is the volumes. Instance type will come with only CPU and memory. All the data will be in the volumes. Now, if I increase this, if I decrease this, data will be lost here. No. So if you scale up and scale down, data is lost? No. But can you scale up and scale down EC2 instance while it is running? No. What you need to do? Stop the EC2 instance and then scale up, scale down, or change the instance type. Do you need to have a downtime there or not? Yes, that is the concept. So scalability can be achieved. How? Scalability can be achieved by changing the instance type. Anytime can you scale up? Anytime scale up you can do. Data is lost, no? No data lost. Can you anytime scale down also? Yes. Data is lost while you scale down? Yes or no? No. No data loss. But what you need to stop the EC2 instance to change the instance type. So downtime is required. If you want to change the instance type, data in the instance will not be lost. Then is this clear? City, is this clear? Online. So which is the instance type that we should be using? Louder. So don't keep quiet. If you keep quiet, it will not inject. So you need to open your mouth and talk. Okay. Which one? T2 micro. Okay. So I'll give one small real-time example here for you. See, Nana, this is one EC2 instance. Okay. Let's say I'm using T2 small. Which one? I'm using T2 small, for example. This is, and I have application inside it. Okay. So T2 small has the capacity of 2G. How much? Let's say 2 CPUs. How many CPUs are there, Nana? 2 CPUs. See. See, listen this. Hold on. First listen and then write. I have the EC2 instance. Okay. This is a EC2 instance. And I have application inside it. And what is the capacity? T2. What is the instance type here? T2 small. How many CPUs are there? 2 CPUs are there. Now, all of a sudden, you get a huge load on this machine. You got a huge load on this machine. How many CPUs are there? 2 CPUs. Will this be sufficient? 2 CPUs? Will be sufficient? No. So if these two CPUs are not sufficient, what will happen? What will happen to the machine? Performance issue will come or not? Definitely performance issues will come because 2 CPUs are not sufficient, right? And the performance issue will come. So it will go very slow. But what he need more CPUs. Yes or no? He need more CPUs. Now, all the customers are using, it is in the runtime. All customers are using, it is in the runtime and it has only 2 CPUs. And then he's not able to answer to the customers because they are accessing it. But what the machine need is, the machine need more CPUs on the spot. Later on the spot. On the spot only, because customers are using it, right? So for that requirement, so AWS, okay, you only tell me. Now 2 CPUs are not sufficient. What is, based on your knowledge, you tell me what would to do for this? Increase the capacity, yes or no? Can we increase the capacity in the runtime? But we need to serve to the customer, no? For that, there is a concept called burstable performance instances. What is that? Burstable performance instances. What is that? Burstable. Or in your language again, burstable performance instances. Which one you like? Burstable or burstable? Burstable, huh? Okay, so you can say burstable also, no issues. So, this is just a matter of checkbox, enable, disable concept. Everything is managed by AWS. You don't need to do nothing. You want burstable performance or not? That's it. So here, when you enable this burstable performance instances, what will happen? No, AWS will give what this machine need. CPUs or not? AWS will give CPU credits. CPU up. CPU credits. So in the runtime, if you enable this, while launching the EC2 instance, if you enable burstable performance instances, whenever that machine is getting overloaded, in the back end, AWS will give you CPU credits. Let's say, how many CPU credits? Let's say, for example, additional 6 it will give. Sir, why only 6? Now, the CPU credits, it's depend upon the instance type. CPU credits are depend upon the instance type. So T2 small, 6 will be there. T2 large, 12. Some bigger, it will give the bigger number will be there. Now CPU credits will be there. And what will happen is, now how many CPUs are there total? 8. So 8 will be sufficient to serve to the customer. And this 8 CPUs will be always with the machine? No. Until it reply to the customer, it will there. After that, it will get exhausted. So it will give the high performance for longer period of time or shorter period of time? Excellent. Shorter period of time. EC2 instances will enter into the burstable mode and give high performance for limited period of time. And in other words, this is also called as T2, T3 unlimited. When to tick autoscale and when to burstable. Burstable is only for one machine. But if you don't, burstable is, see guys, see, in this is one of the feature. Whether you want to use it or don't want to use it, don't worry, no issues. Can you use autoscaling in this concept? Yes, you can use autoscaling, no problem. But if you have only one machine and you want to increase the performance on the runtime, then go for burstable. And not only in autoscaling, also we have EC2 instances, no? So each EC2 instance also you can enable burstable performance instances for individual EC2 instances. Okay. Is it clear, Nana? Everyone? Sunil, is that clear for you? Which instance type should be used for production environment? Sindhura is asking. Okay, Sindhura is asking, sir, Nana, which is the instance type that we should be using in our course? Louder. Yes or no? Let's say you are working in the company now and your manager come and say, hey, Asif, go and launch T2 large machine. And Asif will say, hey, be careful, manager. My Riyaz sir asked to launch only T2 micro. Don't dare to ask to launch T2 large. No, bhai, I have a requirement. No, shut up. Don't. I will follow Riyaz sir only. T2 micro. By T2 micro is only for our course for if you do for free purpose, right? In your real time, you need to use some other machines because you only tell me if your laptop has only 1 GB RAM, will you work? How much minimum you should have? 8 GB RAM, right? So if you have 4 GB work, it will work, but performance issues will come. So based on the requirement, you need to use the instance type. And remember, this burstable performance is billable, not free. We don't use it, but it is billable. Burstable performance is billable. Okay, ma. Correct, Jay, Harsha, correct. Double urke rao. Okay, so take the screenshots. Let's stop it here. Okay. Thank you, sir. AWS journey is going very well till now. Lahu. Thank you, Lahu. No doubt in that. We learn this AWS very smoothly. No issues. And remember, I'll ask this question after end of the course, last day. And you will say, sir, AWS is this much only. Right? Remember, you will say this. Even though we learned so many things, you don't get the feel of like heaviness. Okay, can you give me the final CC for today, Nana? Is there any default option in pricing model on demand? Sunil. Can you give the final CC for today, please? Online, CC with smile. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic of the CC2. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.